A land of vast beauty, and often referred to as heaven on earth. This is a land where people are as warm as the temperatures. Home to the world's most active volcanoes and a scenery that is truly breathtaking. We are in a land like no place on earth. Today, we're discovering Hawaii.
We're here in gorgeous Hawaii. Today, join me as we discover Hawaii's most populated island. Today, we're on Oahu.
Hawaii, a U.S. state, is an isolated volcanic archipelago in the Central Pacific. Its islands are renowned for their rugged landscapes of cliffs, waterfalls, tropical foliage, and beaches. Of the 6 main islands, Oahu has Hawaii's biggest city and capital, Honolulu, home to Crescent Waikiki Beach and Pearl Harbor's World War II memorials. Hawaii's diverse natural scenery, warm tropical climate, abundance of public beaches, oceanic surroundings, and active volcanoes make it a popular destination for tourists. Tourism is an important part of the Hawaiian economy. In 2003, according to state government data, there were over 6.4 million visitors, with expenditures of over $10 billion to the Hawaiian Islands. Today, we're going to explore the intense beauty of this land, fly over the location where Jurassic Park was filmed,
I cannot believe how blue the water is.
try my hand at making some delicious Hawaiian cheese, investigate my options for a luxury getaway, and I'll try the food and learn how to make it. This is all jam-packed into today's show. I'm going to meet up with Kirk, a local who's a tour guide here, to better understand this island and the people who live here.
Aloha, Bree.
Aloha. So thank you for meeting with me. I have so many questions. It is so beautiful here. And I heard you're the guy to talk to.
I am the man to talk to.
Well, good, because I've got a lot to ask. Let's try to find a spot to sit down and chat. So we have a great spot for a meeting, totally beachside.
Yes.
Couldn't ask for anything more. So tell me a little bit about what you do.
I am one of several Tours by Locals guides located on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. Oahu is the 3rd largest island in the chain of islands that we call Hawaii.
So it's stocked with stuff to do, things to learn, sights to see, and you're the guy to talk to about it.
Absolutely. There's a plethora of activities to choose from on the island of Oahu. Of course, world-class surfing, paddling, canoeing, paddleboarding, kayaking. You could go sailing, you could go skydiving. So I guess you'd say the sky is the limit.
Tell me a little bit about the people here on Hawaii and their way of life.
Well, the people in Hawaii are very special. The people we call Native Hawaiians today came to Hawaii around 1000 AD. These people migrated from Tahiti, further in the South Pacific. They arrived on large double-hulled canoes. They began colonizing Hawaii.
That was a long trip all the way back.
It is a long trip, several thousand miles, but they were adventurers, they were fearless, and they came to Hawaii.
So Kirk, what are some things that are must-dos here for me?
Well, you definitely want to visit one of our dairy farms. We also have some great helicopter tours. The helicopter tours give you a very unique perspective of Hawaii.
And where should I maybe kick back and stay?
You'll definitely want to stay at a very special place. A good example of that would be the beautiful Four Seasons in Ko'olina.
Thanks so much for sitting down and talking with me. I definitely got so much information from you and can't wait to check out more.
Bree, it's been a pleasure to talk story with you.
Thanks, Kirk.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Coming up, I go up into the sky to see the true beauty of this landscape. We fly over a land from the Jurassic era, and I go up into the mountains to roll up my sleeves making some delicious cheese. The best way to see the beauty of this land is from the air. So I'm about to go up in the sky and see this island from above.
We're here at Mauna Loa helicopter tours, and I just had the most amazing experience.
All right, guys, if you're ready, I'm ready. Helicopter's ready. Let's go fly helicopter. All right, guys, here we go.
Right when I got into the helicopter, I had this huge surge of adrenaline. Music was playing and the wind was blowing, and right when we got up there, I was just like overwhelmed with emotion and with the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. So one of the coolest things that we saw was the North Shore. We flew over the Bonsai Pipeline, one of the most famous beaches, perfect conditions for surfing. I cannot believe how blue the water is. Over on the North Shore, they have the biggest surfing competition in the world, arguably. Every year, brings people from all over the world, and the conditions are perfect for the biggest waves.
I mean, this view, the clouds rolling over the mountains.
It's beautiful.
I've never seen anything like this in my life.
If you look right down, you see how blue the water is.
It is, again, yes, I've never seen anything so crystal blue in my life. Wow.
So we also saw Waikiki Beach and some of the first hotels that were ever made on this island.
We're coming up on Waikiki right ahead of us here. And Waikiki was actually bought about 150 years ago by Mr. Dillingham. And he paid $11,000 for this entire area. And back then, it was only swampland and taro fields. And then his plan was to start building hotels down there. His friends called him crazy, but he proved them wrong.
I saw some things I've never seen before. Some of my top hits were definitely the Jurassic Valley. It's where they filmed Jurassic Park, and it's super cool. It looks like it's out of a storybook from the beginning of time. So overall, you've got to take a helicopter tour when you come to Hawaii. I was able to see things I could have never seen on foot, and it's definitely one of the most memorable experiences of my life.
If there's one thing I want you to know about me, it's that I love to get my hands dirty. And today, I want to cover them with Hawaiian handmade cheese. We are at Naked Cow Dairy, up in the hills outside of Honolulu.
So Monique, what type of cheese are we making today?
So today we're going to make a mozzarella, and this is kind of a home version mozzarella.
Monique said that we were going to make mozzarella. It's a fresh cheese, it doesn't take any time to age, and you can make it and eat it all in the same day.
Okay, so all we need to make cheese are basically these three ingredients. If you use pasteurized milk, you need calcium chloride. This is rennet, our coagulant, and this is what we're going to use instead of a culture today to make it faster. It's citric acid, and this will acidify the milk. Like I said, this is a home version, so anybody can make it. So I want you to take 1.5 teaspoons and put it in that water. We're using non-chlorinated distilled water for that.
Okay.
Now what I want you to do is I want you to pour it in slowly and stir at the same time. Sort of aggressively, but pour slowly. There you go, slowly.
Some big waves here.
Okay, so here's your calcium chloride.
All right.
Keep stirring that in. So after we warm that up, then we're gonna add our rennet to coagulate it. So now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna cut the curds, okay? So what I want you to do, I'm gonna check to see if they're ready. I'm gonna put a little slit in here like that, and I'm gonna go underneath. See how those divided? Okay, now you can start to see the whey separating from the curds.
We cut it in this grid formation, which is actually pretty fun, and then we put it back into the hot water to let it harden a little bit more.
Okay, so now this is 160-degree water. This is our final step. So right now it's just curds. Now we're going to turn it.
It's falling apart again.
Yeah, it is falling apart a little bit, but guess what? Magically, it's going to come back together. So
Always does.
just by adding a little bit of heat.
Okay.
Okay, look at the difference now. Now it's starting to look like mozzarella.
Now it looks like what I know and love. Once they were in the water, the texture completely changed. It started getting shiny and super pliable, and it started to kind of have like a gummy texture that you could start pulling.
See how nice and shiny that is? And I know my texture is perfect. Pinch it off, and there's a ball.
Wow.
Okay, so let's try some of this. Like I said, you know, this is a cheese you can make and eat very, very quickly. So
Holding your promise. I like it.
There you
The
go.
best part coming up.
Need a little bit of, maybe a little bit of salt, more salt in it, but you can try this. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Can we cheers?
Yep, there you go. Cheers.
Wow.
That's fresh. That is fresh mozzarella.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun. I can't wait to make this at home. I can prove to my mom I can cook something. And I'm gonna go take a look around. Now, I like a bit of luxury like the next person. So coming up, I'm going to investigate my options for a luxury getaway. Now, I like a little luxury like the next person, but I heard the luxury here is on a whole nother level. I'm here at the Four Seasons Resort Oahu at Ko'olina. Let's check it out.
So when I walked up, I was greeted by Kim. She gave me a kiss on the cheek, these lovely leis, and the beautiful greeting of aloha, and she decided to show me around. What a striking atrium. It is an incredible thing to walk in and see this colossal set of floors in front of you. Tell me a little bit about the architecture here.
Absolutely. So Mary Philpotts and her team designed this entire resort, really bringing in the elements of natural Hawaii into our place. And she is from the west side of Oahu. She grew up right next door in the cultural estate called Lanikuhonua. And she just knows this place so well, so that she really brought just her heart and soul into the resort, and we're so grateful that
I feel it. I don't know where the building
Such a beautiful
ends and
job.
where the beautiful ocean begins. I can't wait to get outside. When you walk into the hotel, the first thing that you see is the striking atrium. It is so tall. The architecture is so beautiful. It's hard to see where the hotel begins and the outside starts. So right here in the lobby, you really can't miss this. This is definitely has a story behind it. Can you tell me a little bit about this canoe, is it?
Yes, absolutely. So this beautiful canoe that you see here was commissioned in 1902 by Prince Jonah Kuhio, who was one of the last members of the Hawaiian monarchy. It is really something that really encompasses ancient Hawaiian culture and how the art of outrigger and canoe surfing started in Hawaii.
You had me at Aloha, but I see the gorgeous ocean is calling us. So let's take a walk outside and see what else you guys have. So I see there are more than a few options for sunbathing and swimming here.
So we have 4 amazing pools. Our Serenity pool here that overlooks the cove, our family pool, which is great for keiki, little kids and infants, and then our stunning Infinity pool, which is one of the largest on the island, and it overlooks the unobstructed leeward coastline.
Life is slower here, and it's the perfect place to kind of disappear and relax.
In Ko'olina, we have 4 beautiful lagoons, and it really takes on the feel of just, being on an outer island, but still have the convenience here on Oahu and Honolulu.
Nothing to bother you but the sound of the waves, right?
Absolutely.
But if I wanted to do something a little bit more active, where should I go?
I think our beach is the perfect place. You can do stand-up paddleboarding, snorkeling, and even our guys will take you out on an outrigger canoe into the open ocean so you can see the coastline from the water.
I think I can see one of those paddleboarders down there. Let's definitely go check that out. So Kim, where are we now? This looks like absolute paradise.
This is Pohaku Point. Pohaku in Hawaiian means stone or rock, so this is kind of our Rocky Point inlet in front of the lagoon.
So after a long day of paddleboarding and jumping in the ocean, I'm gonna be pretty tired. So tell me a little bit about the rooms here and where I can stay.
The rooms are incredibly spacious. They have ocean views where you can see for miles along the leeward coastline, and it's really filled with so many amenities that really make it feel like a home away from home.
People always talk about Hawaii as being one of the top destinations in the world and a place that you must come. And I have to say, I've never felt love at first sight, but walking onto this resort, I definitely believe it's true. Well, I'm going to go enjoy my escape here. Thank you so much for showing us around, Kim. I really, really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Aloha.
Aloha.
When we return, I want to try some of the food at Lahiki, and I'm hoping to lend a hand in the cooking. There are several restaurants here at the Four Seasons, but I want to try some food at Lahiki. And I'm hoping to lend a hand in the kitchen.
I'm really excited to meet you. You're a world-renowned chef who's cooked from everywhere between the Bahamas and Thailand. You know it's true.
Yeah.
And now you've landed here at Lahiki.
My journey for Farm to Table came into being long before it became the it thing to do. So what we're going to do is called a Dutch baby. A Dutch baby is a skillet pancake. So we're taking breakfast and bringing it to dinner, again using our imagination to do what it is that we want. A Dutch baby is a skillet pancake, and we're going to fill that with local vegetables, some Kauai shrimps from the neighboring islands, and then we're going to finish that off with a barbecue maple syrup.
So let's get started. What is the first thing that we have to do?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is make some farm eggs, and if you want to, I'll get you involved with that.
Okay. Now, is there this is kind of the international mixing
Hey,
whiskey?
just mix it. Just make sure it's all incorporated and you're good to go.
Okay, how's that? A little more?
That's good. No, keep going. You don't get tired.
So Chef had me help out today. You got to work for your food around here. And he had me whisk, but he had me whisk for a really long time. It was like the perfect arm workout. So I think I'm ready to hit the beach now.
And then the last thing is we're going to fold in the flour.
So I got to keep mixing here, huh?
Yeah, but gentle now.
Okay.
Very gentle. So it's a loose batter, and the eggs are what's going to cause it to rise. Then we have Kauai shrimp from the neighboring island that we Cajun spice rub, and then we skillet sear that. So we have two things that we're going to do here now. This is bacon fat. So we take all the drippings from breakfast and we use it to make most of the dishes in Lahiki that require bacon fat.
How economical.
Yeah, we don't use just regular oil or butter. We usually use either bacon fat or coconut oil. In this dish, we use bacon fat. And so we're going to add this, which is the pancake batter that we made.
I love that sizzle.
And this I'm going to run to put in the oven.
Bacon fat cooking. I have a newfound love for this. Everything smells delicious.
So that's about it, just about a minute on each side, and then we're gonna pull those off.
Okay.
The residual heat in the pan will do what we need it to do.
Sure.
I'll get the Dutch baby out of the oven, and then we'll assemble the dish.
So Chef comes back in the kitchen with the gorgeous shrimp, perfectly blackened, and this golden pancake. So he brings it all together to the table. It's time to plate.
In Lahiki, there's one thing about almost every dish, and that is something is either pickles, fermented, aged, or brined.
So Chef has the Dutch pancake and he has the shrimp, which we made together. But then, as he starts the plate, he starts putting on all of these different raw vegetables, pickled vegetables, and flowers that I've never seen before. They're all beautiful, different colors, and a lot of them are all edible.
The secret weapon, barbecue maple syrup.
That smells so good. It's like gravy. So the crown jewel of this dish is the barbecue maple syrup. It looks like a thick gravy that you'd put on, Thanksgiving dinner. This is like Hawaiian soul food. You've got the delicious gravy and the shrimp. We don't go hungry here at the Four Seasons.
Not at Lahiki for sure. It's not a normal dish, but it is fun. It does allow you to connect to the islands, and as she said, it's Hawaiian soul food.
All right, so we got this gorgeous Dutch pancake, golden brown, with this grilled shrimp, and drenched in barbecue maple syrup.
Yep.
Should I get a piece of popcorn in there?
You should do it.
All right, guys. Woo! Mmm.
And that's not a camera that's a real
He knows
right?
the difference.
Yep.
He knows the difference.
I know the difference. When we do these tastings, sometimes people like it, sometimes they don't, but then you can tell a genuine like. And Bree definitely has an expression of a genuine like. Somebody who is explorative and adventurous in food would get the dish.
The spices on the shrimp are really good. The shrimp are meaty and delicious.
Yep.
A little crisp on the end.
Yep.
I take that first bite and I am so surprised. Everything is so sweet and with this great hint of spice. The shrimp are fresh and delicious, and the pancake's pretty good too. It's that perfect bready texture that I love. Chef, thank you so much. You have certainly
Oh, man.
highlighted the soul of Hawaii in this fantastic breakfast.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you soon. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you very much. Aloha.
Aloha.
I hope you enjoyed this short time in Hawaii as much as I did. Join me next time as I take you with me to discover a new, exciting place in this vast and beautiful world.